I only emailed it to myself.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut with Mike Kelly. He does,
and I just keep on talking because I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, your lights are on. Nobody home.
There's one guy in here, but God, he's weird.
All right. What else is going on? There's not a ton of news. I mean, there is, but it's pretty much the same over and over
again. I emailed myself a wonderful article about the 5 best cities in California to live in, and that was only at 5:00, and I guess in iCloud land, it's still moving around, going through a series of hoops before it gets to my actual email.
How slow is your internet?
It's on my cell phone, man. It should have been instantaneous, and my internet is not that slow at home.
Well, that's I'm
not in the 900s like you, but I'm in the hundreds.
Yeah. Hundreds. All right. Well, we have new home sales this morning, Federal Housing Finance Agency's numbers, Case-Shiller Home Price Index numbers, and consumer confidence.
Ooh.
First of all, consumer confidence fell again.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. I saw numbers down to 92 when I told my assistant to research it. They came up with different numbers, so we're just going to go with what I said.
92?
Yeah.
And that's down from what?
From like 93 or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can't believe consumer confidence wasn't down during the Biden administration. But when you're flinging that much money around.
Yeah, the confidence is about consumer buying. Never had no problem buying with a ton of money thrown at them.
Yeah,
they just understand how it's like people getting a credit card for the first time. They don't understand the consequences of putting all that shit on there until they get that first major payment and go, oh, wow, that is a lot. I'm never going to pay that off.
Happy, joy, happy, joy. Look what I could buy.
Yeah. There's a bunch of stuff. So let's just go through those things. New homes sales, which is contracts on new homes that would be out of the places that are building them,
right,
rose by 1.8% to a 676,000 unit annualized pace.
Wow.
Inventory increased slightly to 500,000 units, while the median price dropped 3% to 414,500. This is nationwide, people. FHFA House Price Index. Home price shows home prices are up 0.2 for the month, and year-over-year appreciation holding at 4.8%. National home prices. Okay, I jumped ahead. Case-Shiller Price Index, which is the one that I think is this single-family homes. Oh no! All right, so the federal housing one I just talked about was only for single-family homes with conforming loan amounts or less. So they're showing that's up 0.2 and an averaging for the year 4.8% increase. Case-Shiller, which is on every real estate out there except for multifamily, now it includes jumbo. That home prices they show went up 4.1% year over year, inching up from just a 4% in December. So everything's showing that overall prices are going up nationwide. If you average the differences up and down, they're overall, and that's just how it is.
They're going up, which we've been saying all along.
Sorry, I had to get my Newsom in there.
Well, a little bit of exercise in the morning is not bad for you. Your Newsom.
Yeah.
Charging up.
This is how it is. All right. And then what else did I want to go over? There is Zillow put out an article about the cost of skipping the MLS. Did you see this?
Oh, what's the cost?
One seller who did not.
Because I'm going to believe everything.
You might want to believe this one. Sellers who did not list on the MLS lost over $1 billion in proceeds across 2023 to 2024.
That's actually
Do you believe
makes
that?
A lot. Yes.
Homes sold off market fetch 1.5% less on average, around 5,000 per sale. And in some communities, it was even worse.
Mm-hmm.
And they say communities of color. I'm just reporting. They're saying that almost 10,000 lost in the major black zip codes, and Hispanic areas lost 13,000. I just think
staying
overall
off the market by doing an open door.
Yeah, I think it's easier. I don't have to deal with it, but you're leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, isn't Open Door owned by Zillow, or is that by Homes.com or something?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's interesting that they write an article like that and then they promote, cutting out the realtor and not really being seen
Zillow
on the market. Zillow did for quite some time.
They just hired their own.
Right. But they didn't expose it to the market. They said, make it so much easier. You don't have to hassle with having it on the market. Just sell it to us. That's like, oh my.
Well, that's when they were
gosh.
flipping everything, right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
now it's like, hey, don't worry about it. We'll go ahead and
we'll
sell.
make the money.
Yeah, and sell it
for
back
you.
to you. Yeah, sell it back to
We
you.
won't even sell it back to you. We'll just keep the money.
No, and they were flipping them and then they got burnt on all those flips they were trying to do because they didn't understand. So right now the 10-year sitting at 4.31. So we've been going up, and the overall loans we're about 2 basis points up on the actual mortgage-backed securities.
What?
Yeah. So what else? I had something else to talk about. So we're talking about before you reduce your price on a house, you might want to think that you've done everything you needed to do.
Yeah.
And that was because, I mean, first of all, it had to be priced right, but we won't get into that. So they're talking about, are you marketing quality? Are the photos professional? Is the listing description compelling? Online accuracy, making sure the MLS details are complete, accurate, and optimized. What I mean by that is you have people in the past we talked about where they go, oh, there's 1,800 square feet under that's not added into the square feet of the house. Let's add that in. Now it's a 3,000 square foot home. No, you can't. It's below grade does not count.
Right. You can say additional square footage, but you can't give it all of it $303 a square foot
or whatever you guys do
whatever
that you're not supposed to do. That's not how appraisers appraise homes, but that's okay.
Oh, that's it. They just flip a quarter and they go, okay.
No, it's a lot involved. I did a lot of BPOs back in 2008 and into 2010, which was, if you really did it right, you really understood how appraisers did it. And that helped me out a lot during that period of time, learning all that. All right. So the third thing they say, home presentation, is the curb appeal sharp? Is the home stage decluttered? I mean, that declutter thing is huge.
The declutter is huge.
Yeah. I don't keep going.
I really don't. Good, keep going. But staging, I don't know if staging really brings in the extra bucks here in Modesto, California, or the Central Valley. I know a lot of agents do it. They feel real good about their stage listing, and my vacant listing sells just as quickly for just as much.
Yeah, but sometimes it does help people see how things are going to be, and it doesn't hurt to stage. I just think when someone walks in and staged beautifully, it's like, that looks good, and they go to the next house next door, it could be the exact same thing. They're like, I think it does add. Just like clutter. I mean, if you open up a door and you can't get in the bedroom, it's like, what else is in there? What are they hiding?
Yeah, those are the pictures I love. Yeah, of a house that's just completely destroyed. And you got a picture in the bathroom, and the bathroom mirror is just covered with toothpaste splatter. That looks good on your marketing campaign.
Yeah, well, it's better than a dirty toilet. The showing flexibility. Is there limited showing windows? Because if you can't get in to see the house, that's and then
the more feet that walk through the home, the better chances of a nice offer will come to you.
Seasonal timing is a slower market season. Like a lot of the stuff up in Tuolumne County and Calaveras County during the winters just doesn't move as fast because you can't get to it, can't get down. And it actually shows a lot of the houses that have those driveways that you're going to almost die in during the winter if you
the black ice.
Well, you can't stop, and next thing you know, you're out and out in the pool. They don't have pools up where the snow is. Marketing element. Marketing alignment. I'm thinking about ailment because all the stuff I'm going to the doctor
for today
is a price sync with local comps and conditions. So key takeaway from all this, a price cut shouldn't be the go-to fix for a lot of the stuff. You got to make sure everything else is
in line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just saw couple of those things and I was like, let's talk about the Zillow report about how you skipping the MLS can cost a lot of money. We've been saying that for a while. Report. I know, but at first you're like,
well, Zillow, I mean, they're a disruptor. They have disrupted the market. They've made some great disruptions where agents have to work a little bit harder or actually work. I can't stand agents that buy their leads from Zillow. It's your lead. I don't get that. And for them to talk about exposing your property on the market makes a whole hell of a lot of sense.
I agree. I totally agree. Yeah. So the consent. What else? HUD and DHS is cracking down on unauthorized access to housing aid. What that means is they're blocking undocumented immigrants, or what other people call illegal aliens, from accessing federal housing programs. HUD will enable its staff to be going through all this stuff and check. I didn't know they were able to do that.
Yeah.
They were getting it. I know the whole thing. They were trying to get them to get that shared appreciation for none loan.
Hey, let's talk about that for a second. Did you do one? Did we run out of money within seconds, or does nobody qualify?
No, people qualified, but it was more of a here's one or twosies or threesies, because it wasn't like get it all in and you got your money and now it's my money and I want it now. It wasn't like one of those things. So
okay,
yeah, I never did one because I don't have the clients for that.
Well, I have
a lot of veterans.
Yeah, I remember the major announcements when it finally came back around, the American Dream for a few, and then about a week later it was like crickets. Because nobody talked about it again.
Because you had to apply for it, and there was a whole process of going through, and then they slowly, okay, here you're approved.
Wasn't just a lottery.
Yeah, it wasn't like before, so it was more slowed, and they can have control over people.
Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Maybe.
We said it here first, folks. And good morning, Bill Brink.
Yeah. Do you know him?
Bill Brink is the county manager for Chicago Title down here in the Valley and the foothills and all over the world. He's just one of the most hardest working guys in the world. And he's a fairly good golfer sometimes.
Is he sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes.
All right. So I was talking earlier about the consumer confidence. It fell for the fourth straight month as basically it's the worst it's declined in 12 years. It dropped 7.2 points in March to 92.9. Told you I saw it somewhere earlier that my thing says some, and it dropped from 94.5. But this is the lowest it's been in 12 years. And a lot of it has to do with not knowing where we're going.
Right.
And what I mean by that is we have to get through all this noise to get on the other side. A lot of these tariff things that are reciprocal are actually starting to work.
Right.
And but you're hearing the other side just freaking out and talking all this smack on TV, and they still don't get it. They keep calling Elon Musk and Trump, Nazis and all that stuff.
Well, when you're a fraudster and you're getting kind of exposed, I guess the one thing you could do is get mad and want to stop it.
Well, they call it, if you have nothing to say, you pound the tables.
Yeah.
But they need to start going after these people making those statements, because that is wrong and that's slander, and they need to start suing them. It's what Trump did to a lot of the news places and made a lot of money off of it finally at the end. And that's why I say, if you say something about somebody that's not true, like that word a Nazi and all that stuff, that's slander. So go after them, people.
You should.
All right, that's all I have for today myself.
Me too, because that article just still has not come through. Although it was the 5 best cities in California to live in, and Oakdale was number 2. I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, I'll have them for tomorrow, but I found some pictures on TV that was talking about how many people left California. And it was amazing how many people. I'm just trying to see if I came over. Nope, they didn't come over. And it wasn't because I didn't send them. That's why I didn't come over. But where's my photo? So we lost state exodus. California, that's blue state. That's all of it there. All right, so California lost in 2024. So between July of 23 to July of 24, we lost 240,000 people. Exodus out of California still, and Texas got 85,000 new people. Nevada got 17,000 new people. What's next to California and down below? There's that New Mexico.
New Mexico or Arizona?
Yeah, so Arizona. Well, Arizona got 16,000. Yeah, and then Florida got 64,000. So, and then other North Carolina, South Carolina, 68,000, 82,000. So everywhere else, there was only like 3. New York, California. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 states that lost. 7 states that lost people. Everybody else actually gained the people.
Gotcha.
And it's just showing that we're still losing people in California, which we knew that. And the stupidity of everything going on. But what's happening is now California just lost 4 seats in Congress because of the loss of people.
Because of lack of population?
Yes, because of population dropping.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's
that might help Congress.
Well, it'll help the long story short is we need changes in California, and I think it's finally coming. I don't know if you saw Mel Gibson's running for governor.
Yeah.
Of California.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, well,
maybe he can be like the Schwarzenegger.
Well, he's just pissed because he lost his house.
Yeah, and they're not doing.
Yeah, he's pissed. He's like, this is ridiculous, and that's the change. What's going on in LA is going to make the change in California for the next election, and that's coming up. The seats and everything is going to change. It's going to get more.
I truly believe that
down in that area. The Bay Area over here will probably still stay the way it is, but all the stuff that happened down there, they're all
unless
like,
they have an earthquake and the same thing happens.
Well, it's like you had a chance as a governor to step up and be somebody,
shine,
and then you didn't. And same with the down there, the LA mayor and everybody else. You had a chance and you didn't. You were horrible.
Yeah,
and that's you don't know who somebody is until they go through a tragedy and how they react in that type of a situation.
Right.
It just tells us that these people have no idea what they're doing. So. All right, I'm getting off my soapbox now.
Me too. I'm not even on one.
All right, make it a great day. Thanks for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. We hope we gave you some information to chew on.
And maybe I'll have that city thing by tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk some more.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Bye.